Namaskara. Dear students, in the chapter Motion in a Plane, till here we have discussed with scalars and vectors, types of vectors. Then we have discussed the very important mathematical operations on vectors, in which we have discussed multiplication of vector by a scalar quantity, then addition of vectors that can be done with the help of two laws. One is triangular law of vector addition, another is parallelogram law of vector addition. Using law of parallelogram of vector addition, we have obtained the expression for magnitude and direction of resultant of two vectors. That is, magnitude of resultant R is equal to square root of a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta. Then we have learned the direction of the resultant. Theta is equal to tan inverse b sin theta divided by a plus b cos theta. Then we have learnt about the one more important mathematical procedure on vectors, that is resolution of vectors. We have learned the rectangular resolution, in which the resolved components are perpendicular to each other. And if we are having a vector A, then the magnitude of x component is ax equals a cos theta, and the magnitude of y component is ay is equal to a sin theta. Today in this session we will continue with the chapter Motion in a Plane, in which we are going to discuss the different concepts what we have learned in a motion in straight line in case of motion in a plane. Now first learn about the position vector. What is meant by position vector? Now imagine a coordinate plane, xy coordinate plane ಅನ್ನು ತಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಈ ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸಮತಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಇದೆ P ಅಂತ. ಈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ, ಇದರ ಕಾರ್ಟೀಷಿಯನ್ ಕೋಆರ್ಡಿನೇಟ್ಸ್ಗಳು x, y ಆಗಿದೆ. ಅಂದರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನು, the position of the point P along x-axis it is at a distance x, and along y-axis it is at a distance y. ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ P ಆರಿಜಿನ್ ಇಂದ x ಆಕ್ಸಿಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ OM ಅಷ್ಟು ದೂರ ಇದೆ, y ಆಕ್ಸಿಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ON ಅಷ್ಟು ದೂರ ಇದೆ. OM ನ ಬೆಲೆ x ಆಗಿದೆ, ON ನ ಬೆಲೆ y ಆಗಿದೆ. This is the one way of defining the position of a point in the Cartesian system. Using vector, we are having one more method to represent the position of this point. ಈ ಒಂದು ಜಾಗದ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಅನ್ನ ತೋರಿಸುವಂತಹ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ವಿಧಾನವನ್ನು ನೋಡೋಣ. That is with the help of a vector. I am having a vector R. This vector we call it as position vector. ಈ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ ನಮಗೆ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ P ಯ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ, ಆರಿಜಿನ್ ಇಂದ ನಿರ್ದಿಷ್ಟ ದೂರದಲ್ಲಿ x ಆಕ್ಸಿಸ್ ಇಂದ ನಿರ್ದಿಷ್ಟ ಕೋನದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತಹ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ ನಮಗೆ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ P ಯ ಸ್ಥಿತಿಯನ್ನು ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ. This vector R we call it as position vector. ಈ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ R ಅನ್ನು position vector ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. The position vector R of a point P is given as R is equal to xi cap plus y j cap. ಇದರ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನು, I cap is a unit vector along x axis. OM ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ P x axis ಅಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತಹ ದೂರ. Therefore OM ನ ಬೆಲೆ x ಆಗಿದೆ. ಯೂನಿಟ್ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ I ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. Therefore x axis ಅಲ್ಲಿ x ಅಷ್ಟು ದೂರ, yj y axis ಅಲ್ಲಿ y ಅಷ್ಟು ದೂರವನ್ನ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. Therefore the position vector R is defined by xi cap plus yj cap. Then the magnitude of position vector, ಈ position vectorನ ಉದ್ದ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ P ಆರಿಜಿನ್ ಇಂದ ನೇರವಾಗಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ದೂರದಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ is given by R is equal to square root of x square plus y square. ನಾವು ಬೇಕಿದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪೈಥಾಗರಸ್ನ ಪ್ರಮೇಯವನ್ನು ಬಳಸಿಕೊಂಡು ಈ ಬೆಲೆಯನ್ನು ಪಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು, ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್. Then what is the direction of the position vector? Position vector x axis ಇಂದ ಎಷ್ಟು ಡಿಗ್ರಿಯಲ್ಲಿದೆ? You can make use of tan function. Direction of position vector is given by alpha is equal to x axis ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಆಗಿರುವಂತಹ ಕೋನ, position vectorನ x axis ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಕೋನವನ್ನ alpha is equal to tan inverse y by x. This is the direction of the position vector. Tan function ಅನ್ನು ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, opposite by adjacent. Therefore alpha is equal to tan inverse y by x. ನಮಗೆ ಒಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಒಂದು ವಸ್ತುವಿನ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಸ್ಥಿತಿಯನ್ನ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತ ವಿಧಾನವನ್ನ ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ ವಿತ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ವೆಕ್ಟಾರ್. ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ವೆಕ್ಟಾರ್ ಅನ್ನ ಬಳಕೆ ಆದ ನಂತರ ಒಂದು ವಸ್ತು ಒಂದು ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಕಡೆಗೆ ಸ್ಥಳಾಂತರಗೊಂಡಾಗ, ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಗೊಂಡಾಗ ಆಗುವಂತ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಚಲನೆಯ ಅಂಶಗಳನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗೋಣ. ಮೊದಲನೇದಾಗಿ let's discuss about displacement of an object in a plane. ಒಂದು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರುವಂತಹ ಸಮತಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ P ಇದೆ. ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ P ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ? The point P is at a position vector r1. ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ P ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ? It is at a position vector r1. ಈ r1 ಅನ್ನು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಬರೆಯಬಹುದು? r1 the point P is having the coordinates x1 y1. ಹಾಗೆ r1 ಅನ್ನು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಬರೆಯಬಹುದು? r1 is equal to x1 i cap plus y1 j cap. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ P ಇಂದ ಒಂದಷ್ಟು ದೂರದಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಇದೆ Q ಅಂತ. ಈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ Q ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ? ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅಟ್ ಎ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ವೆಕ್ಟಾರ್ r2 ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ವೆಕ್ಟಾರ್ ಇದೆ. ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ Q ಯ ಕೋಆರ್ಡಿನೇಟ್ಸ್ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ? ದ ಕೋಆರ್ಡಿನೇಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ Q ಆರ್ x2 and y2. therefore the position vector r2 is given by x2 i cap plus y2 j cap. Now we will imagine an object at P. Point P ಇಂದ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ Q ಗೆ ಸಮತಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಚಲಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೂವಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಎ ಪ್ಲೇನ್. ಯಾವುದೇ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ವೈ ಆಕ್ಸಿಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಚಲಿಸ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೂವಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಎ ಪ್ಲೇನ್. ಒಂದು ಸಮತಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಚಲಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. therefore it is moving in a plane from point P to point Q in a time interval delta t. delta t ಎಷ್ಟು ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ P ಇಂದ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ Q ಗೆ ಒಂದು ವಸ್ತು ಚಲಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಹಾಗಿದ್ರೆ ಅದರ ಸ್ಥಾನಪಲ್ಲಟ, ಅದರ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಎಷ್ಟಾಗಿದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಮಾಡೋಣ. if the object travels from point P to point Q on x-axis, it has traveled from x1 to x2. Hence, on x-axis, its displacement will be given by delta x. And along y-axis, its position changes from y1 to y2. Hence, its displacement along y-axis is given by delta y. Then, what about the displacement in the plane? x-axis on the displacement delta x, y-axis on the displacement delta y. ಹಾಗಿದ್ರೆ ಈ ಸಮತಲದಲ್ಲಿ P ಇಂದ Q ಗೆ ಆದಂತ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಬರೆಯೋದು? ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಡಿನೋಟೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಎ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ವೆಕ್ಟಾರ್ ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ ಆರ್. ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ ಆರ್ ಎನ್ನುವಂತ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ವೆಕ್ಟಾರ್ ಇಂದ ನಾವು ಆದಂತಹ ಸಮತಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಆದಂತಹ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಅಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ ಆರ್, ದ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವಲ್ ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ ಟಿ ಈಸ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಬೈ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್ ಆಫ್ ವೆಕ್ಟಾರ್ ಅಡಿಷನ್. ವೆಕ್ಟಾರ್ ಅಡಿಷನ್ ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್ ಲಾ ಅನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ನೋಡಿ, r1 ವೆಕ್ಟಾರ್ ಮುಗಿತಿರುವಂತಹ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ ಆರ್ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭವಾಗಿದೆ. ದೆನ್ r1 ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ ಆರ್ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು r2 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಫ್ರಮ್ ಲಾ ಆಫ್ ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್ r1 ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ ಆರ್ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು r2. r1 ಅನ್ನ ಸ್ಥಳಾಂತರ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ ಆರ್ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು r2 ಮೈನಸ್ r1. r2 ಮೀನ್ಸ್ x2 i ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ y2 j ಕ್ಯಾಪ್. r1 means x1 i cap plus y1 j cap. ಈ ಎರಡು ಬೆಲೆಗಳನ್ನ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ r is the delta r is equal to x2 i cap plus y2 j cap minus x1 i cap plus y1 j cap. ಬ್ರಾಕೆಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. x2 i cap plus y2 j cap minus x1 i cap minus into plus minus y1 j cap. ಸಜಾತಿಯ ಪದಗಳನ್ನ ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ಕ್ರೋಢೀಕರಣ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ ಆರ್ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು x2 ಮೈನಸ್ x1 ಐ ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ ಕಾಮನ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. y2 ಮೈನಸ್ y1 j cap ಕಾಮನ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. then what is x2 minus x1? x2 minus x1 is the displacement along x axis delta x I cap. y2 minus y1 is the displacement along y axis delta y j cap, where delta x is x2 minus x1 and delta y is equal to y2 minus y1. therefore displacement along x axis, displacement along y axis ಎರಡನ್ನು ಒಂದಾಗಿ ಸೇರಿಸಿದಾಗ ನಮಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ವೆಕ್ಟಾರ್ ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ ಆರ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ ಆರ್ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ ವೈ ಜೆ ಕ್ಯಾಪ್. Displacement in time interval delta t is given by delta r is equal to x2 minus x1 I cap plus y2 minus y1 j cap, or delta x2 minus x1 is the displacement along x axis delta x, y2 minus y1 is the displacement along y axis delta y, where delta x is x2 minus x1, which is we call it as x component of displacement. Delta x is the x component of displacement and delta y is the y component of displacement. Then let's go with the next physical quantity in motion. The displacement in time interval delta t is delta r is equal to delta x I cap plus delta y j cap. Then what is the magnitude of the displacement? The displacement in the magnitude ಹೆಂಗೆ ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿಯೋದು? The magnitude of displacement is given by delta r is equal to square root of delta x square plus delta y square. This is the magnitude of displacement, and the direction of displacement, it can also be written as x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. ಇದರ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ರೂಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಎರಡು ಒಂದೇ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಈ ರೀತಿಯ ಈಕ್ವೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು ಅನಾಲಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಜಿಯೋಮೆಟ್ರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, is used in analytical geometry. Then what is the direction of displacement? The direction of displacement is given by alpha is equal to tan inverse delta y by delta x, or alpha is equal to tan inverse y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Now let's discuss about the velocity of an object in a plane. ಒಂದು ಸಮತಲದಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತಹ ವಸ್ತುವಿನ ವೇಗವನ್ನ ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡೋಣ. The velocity can be defined as rate of displacement. ಒಂದು ಏಕಮಾನ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಆದಂತಹ ಸ್ಥಾನ ಪಲ್ಲಟ. Then the velocity is defined as delta r by delta t. ನಾವು ಮೋಷನ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಟ್ ಲೈನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ delta x by delta t ಅಂತ ಓದಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ delta x ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ delta r ಆಗಿದೆ. V is defined as delta r by delta t. Then what is delta r? Delta x I cap plus delta y j cap divided by delta t. LCM ಅನ್ನ ವಾಪಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡೋಣ. ವಾಪಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ v is equal to delta x by delta t I cap plus delta y by delta t j cap ಆಯಿತು. What is delta x by delta t? It is the velocity of the object along x-axis, and delta y by delta t is the velocity of the object along y-axis. Then vector v is given by vx I cap plus vy j cap, where vx is delta x by delta t, it is called as x component of velocity, and vy is delta y by delta t, it is called as y component of velocity. Then we can define the velocity of an object in a plane as v is equal to vx I cap plus vy j cap, which is representing that the velocity of an object in a plane, it will have the x component as well as y component. Then it will be represented by graphical method, vector v. Then what is the x component? The x component along x-axis vx, and vy is the y component along y-axis. Then the magnitude of the velocity is given by v is equal to square root of vx square plus vy square, and direction of the velocity with x-axis, if I call the direction as theta, then this theta is given by theta is equal to tan inverse vy by vx. If theta is the direction of the velocity along with the x-axis, then theta is given by tan inverse vy by vx. The direction of the velocity at any point on the path of the object is the tangential to the path of that point, and is the direction of the in the direction of the motion. Then let's discuss about the x and y component of the velocity. The x component, to define the x component, let's define the cos function. Cos function define ಮಾಡೋಣ. Cos theta is equal to adjacent by hypotenuse vx by v. Then cross multiply Vx is equal to V cos theta. Similarly, y component can be defined with the help of sine function. Opposite by hypotenuse, sine theta is equal to Vy by V. Cross multiply ಮಾಡಿ Vy is equal to V sin theta. ತುಂಬ ಪ್ರಮುಖವಾಗಿ ನಮಗೆ ಮುಂದಿನ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಪಾಠಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಕಾಗುವಂತ ಒಂದು ಅಂಶ ಇದು. The velocity, if we resolve the velocity in rectangular components, then the x component Vx is equal to V cos theta and the y component Vy is equal to V sin theta. Then let's define instantaneous velocity of an object in a plane. Instantaneous velocity and define madana. How we are defined instantaneous velocity in straight line? Instantaneous velocity is defined as V is equal to limit delta t tends to 0 delta x by delta t anta odidvi. Delta x by delta t in a small time interval delta t which is tending towards 0. ತುಂಬಾ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಕಾಲಾಂತರದಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುವಂತ ಏಕಮಾನ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುವಂತ ಸ್ಥಾನ ಪಲ್ಲಟವನ್ನ ನಾವು instantaneous velocity ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. This is the also defined by a it is the definition of differentiation. Therefore it can be written as dr by dt. Therefore V is equal to limit delta t tends to 0. What is the displacement? Delta x I cap plus delta y j cap. LCM na ವಾಪಸ್ ಕೊಡೋಣ. It will become delta x delta t I cap plus delta y by delta t j cap. ಲಿಮಿಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ limit delta t tends to 0 delta x by delta t I cap plus limit delta t tends to 0 delta y by delta t j cap. Now if you observe limit delta t tends to 0 delta x by delta t, ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಓದಿದ್ದೀವಿ. This is the instantaneous velocity along x axis. Limit delta t tends to 0 delta y by delta t. It is the definition of instantaneous velocity along y axis. Therefore I can define V is equal to dx by dt I cap plus dy by dt j cap. Then what is dx? It is the instantaneous velocity along x axis. What is dy? Instantaneous velocity along y axis. Therefore V is equal to vx I cap plus vy j cap, where vx is dx by dt, x component of instantaneous velocity, and vy is equal to dy by dt, y component of instantaneous velocity. Now let's discuss about the acceleration of an object. ಒಂದು ವಸ್ತು ಒಂದು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರುವಂತಹ ಕಾಲಾಂತರದಲ್ಲಿ ತನ್ನ ವೇಗವನ್ನು ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡಿದೆ, ಆಗ ಉಂಟಾದಂತಹ ವೇಗೋತ್ಕರ್ಷವನ್ನ ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡೋಣ. If in time interval delta t ಕಾಲಾಂತರದಲ್ಲಿ velocity changes from v1 is equal to vx1 I cap vy1 j cap, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಈ v1 velocity ಇಂದ v2 velocity vx2 I cap plus vy2 j cap ಗೆ ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಉಂಟಾದಂತಹ acceleration ನ ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿಯೋಣ. We know that acceleration is defined as rate of change of velocity. ಒಂದು ಏಕಮಾನ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ವೇಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಉಂಟಾದಂತಹ ಬದಲಾವಣೆಯನ್ನ ನಾವು ವೇಗೋತ್ಕರ್ಷ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Therefore acceleration is equal to change of velocity divided by time interval. Then A is equal to delta V by delta t. Delta V ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ? Change in velocity v2 minus v1 divided by delta t. Therefore what is v2? vx2 I cap plus vy2 j cap minus v1 is vx1 I cap plus vy1 j cap divided by delta t. Brackets ಅನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದು rearrange ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ it will be vx2 I cap plus vy2 j cap minus vx1 I cap minus vy1 j cap. Bracket ಅನ್ನು ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ, plus into minus ಆಗಿದೆ. Therefore now rearrange and take I as common factor. Rearrange ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು I common factor ತಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. Therefore vx2 minus vx1 I cap common ತಕೊಂಡ್ವಿ divided by delta t. LCM ಅನ್ನು ವಾಪಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೀವಿ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ vy2 minus vy1 j cap ಅನ್ನು ಕಾಮನ್ ತೆಗೆದ್ವಿ divided by delta t. What is vx2 minus vx1? vx2 minus vx1 is the change in velocity along x axis, and vy2 minus vy1 is change in velocity along y axis. Therefore change in velocity in x axis is given by delta vx, change in velocity on y axis is given by delta vy. Therefore delta ax by delta t is the change in velocity along x axis. It is nothing but acceleration along x axis. Delta v by delta t is the rate divided by delta t is the rate of change in velocity along y-axis. It is nothing but the acceleration along y-axis. Hence, the acceleration is given by ax I cap plus ay j cap, where ax is delta vx by delta t and ay is delta vy by delta t. Ix is acceleration along x-axis, ay is acceleration along y-axis. Therefore, acceleration is given by a is equal to ax I cap plus ay is equal to plus ay j cap, where ax is delta vx by delta t, x component of acceleration, ay is equal to avy by delta t, that is y component of acceleration. Then we have learned that acceleration of an object in a plane is given by a is equal to ax I cap plus ay j cap. ಇದನ್ನು graphically ನಾವು represent ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ the vector acceleration is having both x and y component. ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆದಂತ acceleration x ಮತ್ತು y component ಅನ್ನು ಹೊಂದಿದೆ. It is represented by in this form. Then the magnitude of acceleration is given by a is equal to square root of ax square plus ay square, and the direction of acceleration with x-axis, that is theta, is given by theta is equal to tan inverse ay by ax. This is the direction of the acceleration with x-axis. And the x component of acceleration, that is ax, we need the value of ax from the figure. If I define the cos function, cos theta is equal to ax by a. Therefore, rearrange it, ax equals a cos theta. Similarly, y component of acceleration, sin function are defined ಮಾಡಿ opposite by hypotenuse. Therefore, sin theta is equal to ay by a. Rearrange ಮಾಡಿ ay is equal to a sin theta. ತುಂಬಾ ಪ್ರಮುಖವಾಗಿ ನಮಗೆ ಬೇಕಾಗುವಂತದ್ದು acceleration x component a cos theta, acceleration y component a sin theta. Now let's define the instantaneous acceleration of an object in a plane. Instantaneous acceleration are defined ಮಾಡೋಣ. Instantaneous acceleration is defined as a is equal to limit delta t tends to 0 delta v by delta t. This is the definition of differentiation. Hence it can also be written as dv by dt. ಇದನ್ನು ನಾವು motion straight line ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ velocity change in velocity ಅನ್ನು define ಮಾಡೋಣ. a is equal to limit delta t tends to 0 change in velocity v2 minus v1 divided by delta t. Then what is v2? We have learned that v2 is vx2 I cap plus v2y j cap. What is v1? vx1 I cap plus vy1 j cap. Brackets ಅನ್ನು rearrange ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. brackets ಅನ್ನು ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡಿ rearrange ಮಾಡಿ delta t LCM ಅನ್ನು ವಾಪಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ it will be vx2 minus vx1 I cap by delta t plus vy2 minus vy1 j cap divided by delta t. Limit ಅನ್ನು distribute ಮಾಡಿ. Therefore, limit delta v2 vx2 minus vx1 is the change in velocity along x-axis. vy2 minus vy1 is the change in velocity along y-axis. Therefore, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು observe ಮಾಡಬಹುದು limit delta t tends to 0 delta vx by delta t is nothing but the instantaneous acceleration along x-axis. This is the instantaneous acceleration along x-axis, and limit delta t tends to 0 delta vy by delta t is the instantaneous velocity along y-axis. Therefore, the acceleration is written as dvx by dt, that is the instantaneous acceleration along x-axis, I cap plus dv2 by dvy by dt along j cap. Then a is equal to ax I cap plus ay j cap. What is ax? Ax is nothing but dvx by dt, that is the x component of instantaneous acceleration, and ay is nothing but dyy by dt, that is the x component of the y component of instantaneous acceleration. We have learned some of the important physical quantities like position, displacement, velocity and acceleration in case of an object which is in motion, which is under motion in a plane or which is under motion in 2 dimension. ಒಂದು ಸಮತಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಚಲನೆ ಆಗ್ತಿರುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ವ್ಯಾಖ್ಯಾನಗಳನ್ನು ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ. In which we have observed that the velocity, displacement, velocity and acceleration are having both x and y components. X component and y component ಇದೆ. X component along x axis, y component along y axis, I cap and j cap ಅನ್ನು ನೋಡಿದೀವಿ. Therefore, when an object is under motion in plane, then it will have the motion simultaneously along two perpendicular axes. ಒಂದು ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಒಂದು ಸಮತಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಚಲಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಕಾಣುವುದು ಒಂದು ಸಮತಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಚಲನೆ, ಬಟ್ we will observe this object is having the motion simultaneously along two perpendicular directions. ಒಂದೇ ಸರಿ ಏಕಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು perpendicular directionಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಚಲನೆ ಆಗುವಂತದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. This is very important to understand. An object which is under motion in a plane, it is moving in two perpendicular directions simultaneously. Motion in a plane can be treated as two separate simultaneous one-dimensional motion along two perpendicular directions. Then let's go with the kinematic equation for uniform accelerated motion in a plane. Now, in a time interval delta t, the displacement is r is equal to xi cap plus yj cap. This displacement agide. In a where with the initial velocity v naught is equal to v naught xi cap plus v naught yj cap, and the final velocity is vxi cap plus vy j cap. Then let's with the uniform constant acceleration, a is equal to axi cap plus ay j cap. Then the kinematic equations for uniform accelerated motion are, ಮೊದಲನೇ equation ನಾವು ಓದಿದ್ದೀವಿ, v is equal to v naught plus at. This is the equation of an object, first kinematic equation of an object which is moving in a plane, which can be defined in two different axes. Vx is equal to v naught x plus axt along x axis, vy is equal to v naught y plus ayt along y axis. This is the first kinematic equation. Then the second kinematic equation, r is equal to v naught t plus half at square, where along x-axis x is equal to v naught xt plus half axt square, along y-axis y is equal to v naught yt plus half ayt square. Then the third kinematic equation, v square is equal to v naught square plus 2ar, r is the displacement, 2ar. Therefore, this equation along x-axis vx square is equal to v naught x square plus 2ax. This is the equation of the motion. Third equation along x-axis, and along y-axis vy square is equal to v naught y square plus 2ay into y. These are the three kinematic equations of an object which is moving with uniform acceleration in a plane. Dear student, we are able to introduce ourselves with the motion in plane by defining the position of an object in a plane, then displacement, velocity and acceleration. Along with that, kinematic equation for an uniformly accelerated motion in a plane. In the next session, we will introduce to one of the type of motion carried out in plane. ಸಮತಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ವಿಧದ ಚಲನೆಯನ್ನ ಮುಂದಿನ ಅವಧಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.